happens when I have to work till close. I have to close the store, and then I have to hustle my butt home to try to do this because everything's just not. My computer just died because I didn't have the battery plugged in because I'm stupid. I'm telling you, I really like being off on Thursdays at 7, and now I'm there until like 9. So super lame. Anyways, back to doing shocks. Yeah, my computer died and it didn't give me enough time to plug the charger in. I usually have like a thing where I set it up, I plug the battery in, make sure everything's good to go, and then, make sure everything's all set, and then I get going. And gosh, I'm just struggling with remembering to do all that stuff. It's like I'm Joe Biden. I'm just like, what do I say? Anyways. Pizza. Can I have my pizza, please?
Do you want all of it?
Well, I want some of it. I'm hungry.
I mean, do you want all of the other? There's another thing.
Well, I don't know. Let me see it. Thanks. I got Totino's pizza.
Just text me if you want.
Yep. Thank you. This is my wife, ladies and gentlemen. She's not wearing any clothes. She had to be really careful about not getting in the shot. All right, there's the rears. Oh, man. So I want to rebuild the shocks, and then I'm going to put up some new tires. So, ooh, these are hot. I love Totino's pizza. You guys are going to see me eating pizza on here, so that's great. Yeah, shock oil on pizza, exactly. Mason Fox. As I was saying, my little Trax Teton, the wires that run from AC to connector. The wires in the come out of the connector, so I solder the wires back into the connector? Well, you can, but it's way easier to just get new Traxxas connectors and solder up brand new ones. Otherwise, it's pretty difficult to resolder on connectors that are already, especially Traxxas connectors, because they don't really, you can pull them apart, but they don't really go back in very well together. So I would suggest wherever you get your hobby stuff from, get new Traxxas connectors and just solder new ones on altogether. Jackson, I do have a 13.5 motor you can use. Just so happens. Mason, best bet for you to go to hobbytown.com and order up some Dean's plugs. They're like $4. And hobbytown.com will have the cheapest shipping. So hobbytown.com or A-Main, whatever. Hubbing program box just lights up blue when I plug it in. Does it need to be updated? I don't know. I'd probably have to see it. Possibly, but I've never had to update my program box at all. Cole Webb says, "Hey Alex, I picked up a TLR 22 2.0. Can I still get parts for it at the Plex?" Let's see. A lot of the parts that transfer over to today's car still are like the front bulkhead. I think we still have the top brace. You can still find some parts, but a lot of them are so outdated that they are pretty changed. So if it's blue screen, your program box is probably toast. That's my guess, because it should at least show something. So Cole Webb, is it a rear motor 2.0 or I'd like to know that. Paul Bartlett, what is a good transmitter for Traxxas Slash? We have a $50 transmitter if you just want to replace the stock one, or something like a DX5 if you want to be able to have more than one car. But we have this cool little Tactic $49 controller. Doug Hain. We don't have rental cars officially. If you get a hold of me ahead of time, I could probably rig you up something. We do have a couple Traxxas Stampedes that we were thinking about turning into rental cars eventually. So if you get a hold of me on Facebook or something, I could probably work something out. Here's a topic I can talk about. Thanks, Jackson Anderson. What do I think about the new Falcon and Winter Soldier so far? I love the first episode setup. I cannot wait for tonight, although I probably won't make it till 2 a.m. So I'll probably wake up first thing tomorrow morning and watch it. I don't mind the new I can't remember. It's not Captain America. It's what's his name? Gosh darn it. I know the name and it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember it. But in the comics, he's been kind of like a good guy, bad guy again sort of thing. So we'll see what happens. Cole's new car is a 22 mid motor. I think I still remember the super awesome setup that I had for that car. So the 22 2.0 mid motor car, I had freaking dialed at the Plex. That was like when I was like really good back then. Mayfield had this setup where he took these battery weights from this Orion battery that you could move around for ballast, and he took the weights out of it and he put it in the side of the car, and it made just a world of difference. It was crazy how good it was. And I rode that thing for like 2 years. I wasn't very happy with the 3.0. Steve RC asked, talking about parts availability, since the 6.3 is in the near future, will parts for the 6.2 and 6.1 be harder to find? Release on the 6.3. I don't have a release date necessarily. Basically, everyone I'm being told is late April. We have 8 of them on back order. So we're going to have a whole bunch, and we're in the first wave, I've been promised as well. So we should be there. Yeah, but late April is what it sounds like. Yeah, he's there's something about him that Jackson Anderson says the new Captain America is too skinny. I mean, yeah, whatever. We'll see. Palmer wants to know who designs a clay track. I do. Me. And it's the track has taken a beating the last like week and a half. I mean, it is brutal out there right now. Luckily, we don't race 10 scale out there until April, what is it, 10th? So when I come back from vacation next week, I'm on vacation. That Monday and Tuesday, I'm really going to get into the track and try to make it hold up until the track build for the spring champs at the end of April. So okay. Enough of me eating pizza. Maybe. I'm still kind of hungry. Do I take suggestions? I will take suggestions, but don't be offended if I don't use them. There's been a lot of really stupid ideas before for the track. So not saying that yours would be stupid. I'm just saying that I've gotten a lot of, you should do this and this and this. And I'm just like, no. Talk about clodbusters. I would love to. So it's out of frame, but I've got a clodbuster sitting over there, unbuilt, in a bin, ready for me to go at it. I've got a regulator chassis from J Concepts ready to go. Okay. But I'm not going to build it yet because I need the behind the axle steering kit from it too. So I haven't even opened this thing yet. I'm kind of saving it because I want to do a build video. So I'm saving everything. But I've got clodbuster, I've got regulator, and then I've got behind the axle steering. And then I also have, so this is what I'm going to do. So last year, a buddy of mine named Tony Leatherman made me some stickers while I was into monster trucks a lot because I had my, oh God, I'm so fat. Okay, there we go. So I had my top qualifier truck with my SMT10 chassis, right? And it was cool and everything, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this clodbuster regular chassis, and then I think I can fit this Subaru Brat body on it. And then we're going to name the truck Froboy, and these stickers that Tony made for me, I'm going to have on the truck. And then I'm going to go to Nobby's, and I'm going to buy a wig that's like a fro, and I'm going to put it right here. So it's a fro brat. It's going to be a fro brat. So that's my so Palmer Bartlett says you should make it more 10th scale. Okay, well, let me tell you something. See, that's the sort of comment that I get that I'm like, yeah, I'll make it more 10th scale. All right, so here's the deal. 8 scale track. From April through September, it's a 10th scale track, okay? Because we have a 10th scale season at the Plex, and then we have an 8 scale season. And all of our 10th scale racing is inside on the carpet. This year was a little different because we had the J Concepts race. So I had to make a 10th scale track right in the middle of our 8 scale season. And then I had to right away turn around and do all this to make it an 8 scale track again because our winter series is 8 scale. So if you don't like the track in the wintertime, that's okay, because as soon as April rolls around and I do my week-long track build, and bust my ass off, it'll be a 10 scale track again. So there you go. It will be. Yeah, I'm excited to do the build series on the regulator. I think it's gonna be fun. I've actually, I kind of like how I've been doing those too, with the kind of the mix of some time lapse and stuff with music behind it. So we'll give it a shot. I think I skipped part of Steve's question. So I don't think that B6, B61, B6 parts are going to be hard to find for now. They did stop making B5 parts, which kind of surprised me a little bit because a lot of the oval guys use them. But then the DR10 uses a lot of B5 parts. So I think you'll be fine for a while. I don't think you'll have to worry about that. Plus, a lot of those parts actually transfer. You can like basically update your B6, your B61, your B62 if you want to, piece by piece. So man, I didn't realize how hungry I was. I'm sorry. Is anybody watching this for the first time going, this guy just on camera and eats pizza? Yeah, tonight I do. Normally I get this done beforehand, but I was. Why we had the shaky start to tonight. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm like losing my mind. See if I skipped anything. Daniel Bender got smacked in the face by a car on Saturday, and I felt really bad. And he says now it's yellow, so instead of purple, so that means it's getting better, and that's good. That's much better than having it like turn black and get all weird, and you turn into like a zombie or something. Does the Plex sell soldering irons? Yes, we do. We have some Track Power digital ones. Got some cheap Radio Shack and Duratrax ones. They're like $16.99. That's actually the ones I use. So the $16.99 ones. So I'll show you guys something here real quick. This is my book of track designs. And this one, that one was probably one of the better tracks of all time. So if we ever hold Nats again or something, we're going to be redoing this one. The only difference is that I won't take it out here. We'll actually probably do like a 180 right here. So this will be a little different in there, but whatever. It's all the same. But I try to keep all this stuff around so I don't forget about it. But I'm actually giving serious thought to a crossover. So this was my first idea for the Spring Champs. You can see there, I have this thing in my head about doing a diagonal straightaway into like a berm. And so that's what this would be right here. And then I thought if it was possible for us to do a crossover again, and Cold Web, it was actually 10 years ago, man. 2011, we covered our track. So, yeah, time flies, but it was we covered our track in summer of 2011. Here you go. I don't know. Crossovers are tricky because if you get them wrong, they're really bad and dangerous. So I'm I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got a couple more weeks to stew on it. This would be really cool. It would actually kind of use a little bit of the track that we already have. I'd just be redoing it a little bit. And we don't have to worry about the oval because oval racing's over with for the summer. So that's always nice. And I don't know. I gotta stew on it a little bit. So Cole Webb, how come what? The king. Trey Wysocki. Speaking of kids that got hit by a car, Trey Wysocki's kids on here. You and Daniel should hang out. Okay. Talks together, shall we? Any updates to my Deer 10? No. To be honest with you, I haven't even I just haven't had time, man. So like Mondays are basically my only day off. And this Monday it rained all day. And it rained all day Tuesday. And so and the week before that, I can't remember what I was doing, but it wasn't RC related. I think my family all had the day off, so we went and did stuff. So I just have not even had a chance to drive it. That's going to change though, because I'm on vacation starting Monday, and I actually plan on taking it out. It's supposed to be nice. So there's a brand new street down the street from me, and I think I'm going to go take like a leaf blower over there and give it a shot just to see what it feels like. Yeah, the problem with bridges are that if you crash underneath the bridge, your day is done, right? Your race is over, and then it's really dangerous for corner marshals. So the only way, in my humble opinion, to do a crossover the right way is to have it not be a kicker that kicks cars in the air, right? But just to have an area that you can basically just drive off of and land. To me, that's the safest. And you can't, so you don't get them in the air, so you don't have to worry about people getting hit in the face. And they're the easiest to cross over the lane. So that's what we built up basically a long launch that was just barely at an angle with no kicker, and people just drove off of it. And to me, that's the best way to do it. So if we do it again, that's going to be the way it is. So I'm going to be it'll probably be like Monday or Tuesday, depends on the weather. 132nd and State. There's a brand new street right behind the new right behind that junior high, and it's nobody ever drives on it, so be a perfect place to go. All right, let's go back up here. Cole Webb, we covered the track because in 2009 we held the Roar Off-Road Nats, and that Tuesday night we got like 6 inches of rain in about an hour, and it totally annihilated all the work that I had done to build the track up to that point. And we didn't get to practice until Wednesday night when you're supposed to practice all day on Wednesday, and the owner was like, let's put a roof on this thing so this never happens again. And we did. So we can race. Basically, we have raced every in some form or another since 2000 stopped. We take a weekend off for a holiday or something every once in a while, but I mean, there was a period there where probably 5 years straight, I raced every Tuesday and Saturday at home. I didn't have to travel. You don't have to travel. Why would you travel when you have the Plex? So that's kind of, boy, there's a lot of air buildup in this. What is going on here? Have I ever been hit? I actually have a couple times. So I got hit in the face with a sprint car once at Rockbrook in the year 1991, I think. And that was fun. Rockbrook had just put up these sidewalls to contain the oval cars, and somebody crashed, and I went out to marshal them, and I tripped, and I landed face first in the middle of the lane, and a modified sprint car came and just whacked me right in the face. And I was younger than Bender. I was probably, how old was I? 12? I don't know. How old is Bender? I don't know. And then let's see. And then I got hit in the face at the, what race was that? The Horizon Shootout. They had this, it was e-buggy, and they had this really cool elevated corner, and I was marshaling there, and I don't even think I was moving. I was just standing there, and I got the car, and it didn't doink me like this. That would have really hurt. It actually doinked me like this, and that didn't hurt as bad. So those are the two times I've been whacked. One of them by an 8 scale and one of them by a sprint car. That's probably been hit before, but I can't think of it. Oh, Dane Gangler hit me once, like on the back straightaway in the ankle at full speed with his 8 scale. So that was great. What else we got? My favorite place to race at besides the Plex, and why? My favorite place to race at besides the Plex is OCRC in California, Orange County. The facility is dialed. It's like basically what should be the template for every RC track in the country. They have lots of pit space. They're like a pro shop, so they don't have a bunch of guys with like Amazon cars coming in begging for them to work on them, even though they probably do. I just don't ever see it. They have this awesome video wall that's really big, so you can always see either your lap times or somebody else's lap times. There's the track's always dialed. It's always consistent. They have a Mister system that I think they still use. We can't do that because of the wintertime stuff, but it is what it is. So yeah, I love OCRC. I'll soon, so we'll probably kind of find a way to get out there one of these years. As soon as everything opens it back up, because in California you still can't do anything. Although Orange County is a little different. There's a lot of Republicans, and they're kind of more open. Picked up. Yeah, it's good. Truck's fun. I was actually pretty happy with the truck I drove this winter. It had been a long time since I ran any stadium truck at all, and I was pretty impressed by the class. The last time I ran truck, I was frustrated every single time with what I was driving, because didn't handle very good. So Jeremy Armstrong's on here. He says hi. John Haas got hit in the back of the leg. Did I hit my face? I know I smacked the driver's stand. I was mad because I rolled it on the last lap. On the last corner of the last lap, I rolled it. I had TQ locked up anyways, and then I crossed line. I wasn't the winner, and I was like, damn it. And I like smacked the driver's stand really hard. I do remember that. I don't remember hitting my face though. I normally don't like inflict self pain or whatever you call it that often. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't really remember. I know I hit the driver's stand though. This shock's not near as good as this shock, so we're going to redo the shock. I bled too much oil out. Oh yeah, that one feels way better than this one. It's not very good. Oh yeah, there's like oil in there. Dang it. Let's try that again. Peter says his T62 is going to be all the way done. That's awesome. He's got the stickers on it. I saw it. Pretty awesome too. That's pretty freaking sweet, dude. It's exciting. Now we got to let all this bleed out again. So what just happened there? I think I bled too much oil out, and it sucked in a bunch of air. And like this shock is nice and smooth, and that shock is not. So we're gonna redo it because it's on road. So you got to get it just right. Is Sticky Kicks non-toxic? I have no idea. I mean, you probably want to drink it, you know. It's kind of like PB Blaster and Liquid Wrench. I mean, guys have been using that for, what, 50, 60, 70 years? I mean, I'm sure it's not great for you if you drink it, but, you know, just don't drink it. You'll be all right. Then again, there's a lot of guys that use gloves when they're putting on the tire sauce. That's why a lot of people don't totally understand. So it's a good question, though. Isn't there a law that says that if it's toxic, it's got to say on the packaging? Something like that. I don't know. You were marshaling that race? I'm sorry. Actually, that race was awesome. I remember I was doing, like, I had a perfect race. I think, was it round 2? And then maybe it was the first round. Like a perfect race. No crashes, no nothing. And then I was going into that one and I had no crashes or anything like that. And then I'm coming around. And the crazy thing is that I think I let up a little bit because I knew I had the win. So I was being extra cautious. And my car just did that nice and slow. And here's the thing, like with me, like my email address is top qualifier, right? Because I have a lot of top qualifying things. Like I win qualifying sometimes. Not lately, but I used to. But my email is not top finisher, and it's that way for a reason. Because I tend to do a lot of dumb stuff to negate a win, like having a battery go bad or rolling on the last corner. or just crashing, too much. I don't know. Jackson said he got hit at the crash in. Dude, there was a lot of crashing at the crash in this year. I didn't think. Yeah, I'm building this crawler while we wait for my shock to get done. And so I was going to use that brat body on my crawler, and it's just too big, right? So this is going to be my scale crawler for scale competition, and so I don't want anything hanging over too far because it'll get hung up on everything, right? So I want a nice tight body. Well, J Concepts came out with a pinched like 89 Ford F-250. So I got that coming from Jason, and I'm going to put it on here and see how it lines up. And so I got to wait. So my build video is kind of at a standstill right now because I don't have a body yet. So the only thing I can do is wait, because I want to put the body on, and then I'll figure out what I need to do with my bumpers and everything, and lights and stuff like that, and all the scale parts that go on it, like the coolers and sleeping bags and all that stuff. So but what I want to do is I want to have basically matching bodies for my 2 or 3 crawlers that I have. And if I get an 89 Ford, if I use that Ford body, I'm not going to put the Roger Mears paint scheme on it because it's a Ford, not a Nissan. So yeah, it's an Element. I got an Element kit. I got a build video up, part 1, and got brass links on it. Same at shock towers. Cool little diff cover, stuff like that. Yeah. But I want to do matching schemes, something original. So I'll see what happens. I'll probably just give them to Kenny to paint, though, not me. I suck at painting. Wiz wants to know, can you talk about the different types of crawling cars or crawling classes that exist at the Plex? So basically, we kind of follow the Sorca and Sorca Light rules, right? So around Omaha, the groups that crawl, they do class 1, class 2, and class 3. And class 1 is no modifications to the frame. So you have to have the stock frame. The tire size has to be 4.19 diameter, right? Which is tiny. It's a small tire. We call it tiny tire. And there's some other rules and stuff. But generally in that class, you'll find a lot of hard bodies to get the points, scale points, stuff like that. Excuse me. Class 2 is what I'm building. It's there's a lot more modifications you can do to your car. You can use any chassis. So you can change out your chassis for a lot of these really neat chassis that kind of lower the geometry a little bit. And the max tire size, I believe, is 4.7. And so that's why you got your bigger tires. Like a landmine from J Concepts, and this is a 4. I think it's 4.7 all the way. So it's a 1.9 inner diameter, 4.9 outer, or 4.7 outer diameter. And then you have your class 3 stuff, which they allow for a wider track, a longer track. You can use 2.2 wheels and tires. I can't remember if there's a max tire size or not. There's you can have either rear steer or dig. So like my Axial SCX-10-3, I use in that class, so I can use the dig. Works really good. And those are the 3 main ones. Those are the 3 main differences. There's also like class 2.5, which is basically like a box stock class. So if you bought like a SCX-10-2 ready to run Jeep or something, they've made it so I think you can change tires, and that's it. Like that's all you can do. And then there's like a class 0, which is like I believe it's like a scale thing. There's guys with like dudes with steering wheels that actually work and all that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what class 0 is. And small tires. You'll find a lot of the like leaf suspension and stuff in that class. Yeah. And then there's supers, and supers are, you don't see really any around here, but where there's actual rock at, you'll see those. Those are like a lot of motor on axle stuff, where they're basically just like these long links. It almost looks like a spider. Like if an RC car was a spider, or a spider was an RC car, it'd be kind of like that. Let's go back up here. Where's the car you were racing when me and Trey were there? It's at work. I have a bin at work, so I don't always have to bring my stuff home. Have you ever considered giving a list of some of your beginner videos when someone buys them? That's a really good idea, actually. Make like a flyer that has all the links to all the videos. That's a great idea. I should do that. I did make, so the other day I actually did make a playlist, a new playlist with all like the of those videos I've done. I think I've done one for oval, off-road, on-road. I did the Plex, like beginner Plex spec racer type thing. Yeah. That's a good idea though. I should try to do that. It's a really good idea. Daniel wants to know if I like his pink and white body on his 2-wheel drive. I do. It was easy to figure out where you were. So I like it. I liked it a lot. When I could find it, you were going so fast that I had to like remind myself where you were on the track, because you were so hard to find because you were going so fast. RC class action lawsuit says, at least you weren't the B sort like me. Trying to figure out who you are. There's a lot of us over 40 guys now. Yeah, I'm Dave 41330 says he had an element but sold it to get an Axial for Axial Fest. I'm actually, I was thinking about Axial Fest last year, man, and if they have it again this year, I'm still thinking about going. Just to go. Honestly, I would just go and take video. I mean, I would get, whatever competition there is or whatever it is, but I'd like to be that guy and just get a bunch of video. Have I ever been to a mud race? I have not. It's scheduled for June. Man, if it lands on so we're having our Region 8 Off-Road Regional June 26th. and that's in Kansas City, and my son and I kind of want to go to that. So all these crawling events keep landing on all of our racing events here in Omaha, and it's kind of bugging me. There's this crawling event in Colorado that I just found out about, and it's on the second summer series. So that kind of rules me out. Pretty bummed out. I wanted to go to one of those things eventually. Maybe I'll try to go to King of Missouri if they have it again. I'd like to do that. Kyle Holmberg's on here, and he wants to know, I have yet to build my Enduro. I have brass knuckles and C-hubs so far. What are other upgrades should I look into getting? Okay. You need to get the machined ring gear, because the stock ring gears are like cast, even in the kit. And I'm not saying they strip out easily, but they definitely won't strip out if you get the machined ring gear. So when you get the machined ring gear, you also have to get the spool for it too. So it's two things. Video I just posted because I show that. And then the other thing about the Enduro that kind of stinks is that all of your so if you're using the stock links, all of your pivot balls, they're all plastic, and so they get all loose and everything right away. So you got to upgrade those to metal. You can get the associated ones, and then Samix and SSD both make either aluminum or brass, and you got to do that. But other than that, you already got the weight in the front end. You're golden. Just make sure you get the machined ring gears, and you'll be all set. So, yeah. Back down there. I know, man. I'm that Colorado thing. I think it'd be cool to just race on real rock. Right? Like, we don't really have that here in Nebraska other than our like crushed limestone that we're using. So one of these times I'll be able to go to one of those. It'll be great. It'll be fun. Daniel Explosion says, or Daniel Bender says, wish I could run 40 plus so I could run 3 classes. Whatever, dude. You got like 30 years to go. Enjoy it. Enjoy your youth, man. Getting old sucks. Shit starts to hurt on you that shouldn't all the time, just from waking up or sleeping wrong. It's terrible. Ah, crap. Axial Fest is June 24th through the 26th. Well, that's a bummer. Damn it. Eli Webb wants to know, what do I have more fun with, racing on the clay track or carpet or crawling contests? It's tough, man. So the crawling thing can be fun at contests if you're the right people, and there's stuff to make it fun. But just finding somewhere to crawl, like there's a where did I find? There's a rock garden in an apartment complex at 160 people that I found right before it started to snow and get cold last year, that I'm going to try to go out and crawl on again, hoping that I don't get yelled at by the apartment staff or whatever. And to me, that's kind of fun, just going out by yourself and just kind of hanging out. It's kind of like airplanes. Like I really like flying my airplanes because there is no competition. It's just me and my plane and flying, and that's it. So in that regard, I do really enjoy just doing that. I'll always like racing, so there's that for sure. Um, I don't know. Carpet on road is kind of fun. It's a nice it's a nice diversion from else. So this weekend, I mean, it should be fun. It's the first time I've raced in a larger on-road event in a long time. Holy crap. So we'll see. But I really like the crawling part of it. I really like just building. Lately I've just really liked building stuff, actually. To be honest with you, that's like all this stuff I got to do. I got an 8 scale sitting there I got to build for Emerson. I'm going to build that monster truck here pretty soon. Stuff like that. I've actually been having a lot more fun with just doing that than I have even racing, So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Those shocks are pretty good, nice and smooth. And I'll check my droop again when I get to the track tomorrow. There's a lot of carpet. Look at that. That's a lot. I'm gonna have to watch that because if I get all that in my bearings, it'll make my car slow. We don't want that because that defeats the whole purpose of everything. Wow. Cole, you don't necessarily right now have to sign up. Well, yeah. RC sign up, you need to make an account and you need to. That way I have a good gauge of how many trophies I have to order because I'm going to have to order trophies in about 2 weeks. So all those guys that either wait for the last minute or sign up and don't come, all that stuff piles up and it kind of hoses the host track, right? So yeah, you need to get signed up basically as soon as you can. So don't be that guy. All right, front shocks. Rosanna Haas. I assume that's John. And then the other thing that I did was I switched springs in the front. I think I'm going to switch those springs back to stock, but I can do that tomorrow. So it's not going to be a big deal. Okay. Shocks. One more time. I will say that I was a little grumpy at this car the first couple times I drove it just because it wasn't very good for carpet, but I've really worked on this car a lot, and I think I've got it to where it's kind of drivable. It's actually kind of fun. You can kind of like throw it into stuff, throw it into the corners a little bit, almost like an off-road car in a way. So it's kind of cool. I've got to remember to keep my computer plugged in, man. That's embarrassing. having my computer die right at the start of a stream after it was your second attempt. I don't know what it is about the OBS thing, but it's always like it's always telling me that the some rate or something is too low. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. This is all kind of new to me. Here, who all gets a trophy for spring race? Top 10 in every class, and first place for all lower mains. So, and the way that we do it, and if you don't agree with this, whatever, but we do bump ups in all classes. So if you get third place in your lower main, you have officially won your lower main, because the top two will now be in the next main. Unless they don't want to be in the next main, then chances are they get the first place trophy. So, but you got to remember that the way I do it, top 10, first place, second place, third place, fourth place, and then the B main guys get little fourth place size plaques. They don't get anything bigger than what the 10th place guy in the A main gets, because they didn't make the A main. So, it's more of like a recognition for getting that next to highest spot of making the A main. How expensive is that black RC carpet? So I believe, if I remember right, four 100-foot rolls cost like $9,500 shipped, I think. And I think we used that like online bidding place to ship it. So like they had to bid on like the lowest bid one or whatever it was. And I think it was like $1,500 to have that stuff shipped by some guy who brought it in a trailer. So yeah, it was a lot. We actually need more of it. I'd like to have like 100-foot roll, so I can cut it up into 8-foot strips so that I can use more of it on the carpet off-road, so that the track would be a little bit more uniform in color. Cole, so they need to go to rcsignup.com, make an account, and then you can find our race in the couple of different areas, but the easiest way is to find it by state, right? Because we're the only track in Nebraska using RC sign up, and get signed up for the spring champs. And that way I know who's coming. And it's free. It's free to make an account. So Jackson, I would say at this point, even though you don't have any sponsors, so you could race independent, I probably wouldn't. I would just race expert and mod, or whatever other class you're going to run. It would make your life simpler too. So ProTech race is going to be fun. We're going to have, I think I'm working on some new t-shirts for this year. Spring race t-shirts. I'm thinking the blue. I think blue t-shirts would look really cool. Woo, man, we're almost at an hour with a late start. Stupidity. That's about it. Jackson and Daniel, shouldn't you guys be in like bed? Don't you have school tomorrow? I was going to build tires tonight, but now I'm starting to get kind of out of it, so I might just wait till tomorrow. All I got to do is get them broken in anyways. It'll be all right. Breaking in honored tires, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm excited to get this thing rolling, man. My regulator truck. You can feel the weight of that big old brass piece in there. So it's going to be pretty cool. I need to buy shocks for it too. I'm going to get, I think I'm going to get probably Associated shocks, I'm thinking. Or Traxxas. Traxxas makes good, actually pretty good shocks. Steve, yes. For the spring champs, Plex Spec is 2-wheel drive only, and I'm very firm on that rule, unfortunately. So some of you guys that have 4-wheel drives, got to find a 2-wheel drive car. We kind of do that because our normal Plex Spec, obviously I don't care. At the J Concepts race, I kind of let it slide. Because that's normally our rule for larger events, because you got, I mean, let's face it, we're one of the only places that has as strong of a beginner class as we do, and mainly because we don't have much of the way of rules other than you're supposed to be running a 2-cell only, and a lot of other places that have novice classes, right? They have that rule where it's got to be a 2-wheel drive, and they impose, motor limit, this sort of thing. I still don't want to do a motor limit because I don't think it matters. But for a large event like that, that's kind of why we have the 2-wheel drive only rule. They are 12 feet. Class action. They wanted to know how wide are the 100-foot rolls of our black carpet, and they were 12 feet because we're 48 feet wide and 96 feet long. So I believe that they were 12 feet. And then, yeah. Voice for Mallory Archer died. Mallory Archer, like the cartoon. I never really watched it, so that sucks. Oh, yeah. Dang it. Daniel, you should run independent buggy and 13.5 4-wheel drive buggy and borrow the money from your mom or your dad. All right, let's finish this up because I'm tired and I want to get these shocks done and then I'm going to bed. So I have a long weekend ahead of me now. Dude, it sucks when you're going on vacation starting Monday and you still have 3 days to work and you're going to be busy all 3 days. So I'm just like, get these 3 days over with so I can get out of here. Did I throw away that? Oh, I did throw away that. Dang it. Yeah, there we go. All right. We're going to make sure that these babies are nice and smooth. Tamiya shocks build a little bit different than everybody else's shocks because they've got these little bladders, so they don't really bleed the same way. You just got to make sure that there's no pressure, and if there is, you gotta pop them open and re-bleed them a little bit, nice and slowly. And then of a rebound, just like so. Build up the pressure a little bit, see if it changes. I think we're all right. There we go. That feels better. Yeah, I think it went way. Kind of sucked because I had the car. I kind of thought that if I could get this thing to go as fast as a regular USGT on a club night, that I should be right in the ballpark. And I was working on the setup a little bit, and I got it down to what Ken McKinney, our local X-ray guy, was running for lap times. And then I got greedy, wanted to go even faster, so I tried to see if I could, change the shock oil or whatever, and then I went backwards. I could barely do. I was with like 0.4 off a second, per lap, which is a lot. So I got to get it back. Steve wants to know if the dirt track is closed all weekend. Yes, it is. We got to keep it clean. Sorry, we got to keep it clean. Tim and Mason Ebner and Mark Ebner, they did a lot of work this week to get the track nice. So we got to make sure that we follow that up. Oh, Daniel wanted to know what charger I run. I run the ProTech 625, 25 amp charge rate. I think it's a 400 watt charger, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a badass charger. And I was going through chargers like crazy for a while, and it was really annoying. And I talked to the guys at A-Main, and they're like, try this charger, and got it, and I haven't had any problems since. So it's been really good. It's touchscreen, which is cool. Tech for the ProTech race, I'm not sure yet. I really don't know yet. Daniel wants to know, is the IR correct on the ProTech charger? Daniel, I never look at my internal resistance of my batteries because I race modified. So I honestly don't care. So I guess I've never looked at it. Half the time, I don't even balance my batteries, man. Tom Crutchfield's on here, says, hey, y'all. We're up to 21 people here right at the end. That's pretty cool. Cole, my vacation is Monday through Monday. So it's Easter weekend anyway, so they're racing on Friday night, but we're not racing that Saturday. So kind of works out for me anyways. I'm going to go to Emerson and I, we're going to go to Denver, but the weather still is quite weird. So I don't think we're going to do that. We might go to Bentonville and check out all the mountain bike stuff down there. it's only a couple hours, 7 hours away. So we'll see. We'll see what the weather does. If it's supposed to rain all week down there, then we won't go anywhere. Kind of all depends on the weather, I guess. So, okay. That feels pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited about tomorrow. See if this thing drives as good as I hope it does. So I'd like to thank TLR for supplying 40 and 42 weight oil in their 22X4 kit, because it seems like for the moment that's the only place you can get 40 and 42 weight oil. All right. I will still be in town on Monday, so we will still have a podcast. We were supposed to have a special guest, but I'm not sure if that's, Will hasn't informed me if it's a go or not. So we've kind of kept it quiet. So we'll see. If it happens, that's great. If it not, fine. Okay, I'm exhausted, so I'm going to head out for the night. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry for the triple late start. And I think I'm just, honestly, for Thursday nights, I think I'm just going to stick with the webcam. I actually do plan on buying a new webcam here this week, so maybe the resolution next time we're on. We'll be here. We'll probably do a show on Thursday while I'm on vacation. I don't see why not. It should be fun. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in there, guys. We're actually up to, we're almost up to 2,500 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is pretty freaking awesome. I never really expected to even hit that much. I never really expected to hit, honestly. So that's pretty awesome. So we're getting there. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell your friends if you haven't done it yet. And yeah, I'll sign off, and I'll see you guys soon. CS videos this week, so hang in there. And yeah, I'm going to sleep. Bye.